we have this new property practitioners bill. We are just going to play it for you within the next few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've got someone. We actually have got Gretchen from STBB. She's a great, lovely attorney.
Yeah.
She sent us a voice note because, like, I requested that she send us a voice note because this thing is new. Some people don't know about it. Some do. Some know about it, but they don't actually know what it is
What
and
it
what does it
means.
mean. What is it gonna do? How is it going to change the property industry? So yeah, I think we can.
All right.
Yeah.
So just a second, we'll be with you just now.
No man is an island. Ladies, let's open up and discuss issues, whether good or bad. Platforms are there. Woman Radio happens to be just one of them. I'm inviting you on the couch to further discuss areas of concern every Thursday from 10 a.m. South African time to 12 noon. On the couch with me, Yvonne Chaka Chaka, here on Woman Radio, well-organized man, for we are.
Meet me at the party on the couch.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for staying tuned in this rather technically challenging time.
Yeah.
No. I strongly believe in trying again.
Definitely.
My preschool teacher taught me well. So we have re-strategized, or rather repositioned our show. Right now we're going to focus more on that property practitioners bill. So we're going to listen to what the experts say about this new property practitioners bill. And then we are going to break it down a little bit more to create more questions for next week.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to play you the voice note. Gretchen will let us know what is this story. What is this big story that is happening? I mean, you'd swear that it's the elections, eh?
Yeah.
The Property Practitioners
No,
Act.
but then everyone lives in a property, so it affects everyone in
It
some
does.
way or another.
It does.
As a consumer
Yeah.
or as a practitioner, whichever
Yeah.
one. Let's go.
Yeah.
A very good day to all our listeners out there. My name is Gretchen Enslin and I'm from STBB Attorneys. I was asked today to speak to you about the Property Practitioners Act, what it is about, what it entails, and when it was effected. So the Property Practitioners Act was gazetted back in 2019, and as of the 14th of January this year, the Presidency advised that it will come into effect from the 1st of February. So now you may ask, as the listeners out there, but how do I benefit from this new act? So before I delve into that, it's just important to note that this act basically replaces the current Estate Agency Affairs Act, and now not only provides for estate agencies, but now also covers any sort of property practitioner, which now not only includes estate agents, but also bond brokers and mortgage originators, managing agents, those selling on online portals, developers who sell property in a development scheme themselves, and so forth. What is excluded from this act is any person who does not carry out these functions in the ordinary course of their business. So the benefit now is, before the Estate Agency Affairs Act only covered estate agents, but now it covers a broader field of property practitioners. And now the Act also provides for a new code of conduct by which all these property practitioners need to abide by. So for you as the general public, now you are afforded better protection. You are offered a better level of service. It raises the bar for these property practitioners to deliver a good service to you at the end of the day. It goes further then to also provide for the necessary recourse in the event that you have any sort of complaints about the level of service that you are receiving, and if any of these property practitioners do not abide by the code set in place for them. An example is, for example, if you wish to rent property or if you wish to buy property, it is now mandatory that a disclosure form be attached to that. This is a form which your lessor or your seller will have to complete and disclose all the defects to the property to you so that you know in what condition the property is. So also this new act now also makes the property industry more transformative so that it also represents a bigger demographic of our country. So that's just it in a nutshell. I believe I will have the privilege of addressing any future questions which the listeners out there may have. But if there's any sort of personal question any listener would like to raise with us, they're welcome to look me up on our website, which is www.stbb.co.za. I wish you all a lovely day further.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was
Gretchen from STBB. That's Gretchen Enslin from STBB. So if you would like to maybe get hold of Gretchen, we'll give you her number next week. I'm not spoiling that. I'm not giving you the number now, but next week we are going to talk further about this. It's not a bad new law. It's actually a brilliant one. I think it's good for the property industry.
Yes, it keeps the practitioners accountable for their actions because I feel like any market that's not, it's like a house without rules. If your home doesn't have rules, your children will go wild.
Yeah.
They'll do whatever they wish.
Yeah.
So this is just basically putting things into perspective because, I mean, how does it happen that the most important assets are not safely guarded in that nature?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long time coming and we're glad it's there. I mean, I've been hearing about this property practitioners back when it was still a bill. Now that it's being implemented, I think a lot of things are actually going to change.
Definitely.
I think I remember when I was at school, we learned, yes, there's a lot of acts that came into place. You know, there's a Consumer Protection Act and all these acts.
Yeah.
And I remember a gentleman spoke to me and he said that it's all well and nice that an act comes into play, but how is the enforcement?
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless and until the rules are enforced, they don't mean anything. So I just hope and pray that as much as there's this whole song and dance about what it means, what it says, I hope that they will be as committed as far as the implementation is concerned.
Yeah, I hope so. And I also hope that the property practitioners out there are not scared by this bill. I hope they embrace it, work according to the act, and I think the industry is going to improve immensely. You know, it's going to bring so much improvement because, look, I'm going to make an example of well, by the way, I don't think we are, as Vesa Properties, we are much affected by this because we sell new houses.
Yes.
So there won't be so much defects. But the Act says if you are selling a property, you need to have a disclosure form.
Yeah.
So I guess even if there is no defects in the property, which is, I don't know, out of 100, how possible is that? If there's no defects, you still have to get the seller to sign the disclosure form.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I might be wrong there, but that is my understanding. When you sign an offer to purchase, you sign the disclosure form, or else trouble.
I think that the point of the, one of the things that I've come to learn is that it all depends on how you look at it, right? So if you're a property practitioner, this is not meant to actually police you. It's actually meant to help people actually recognize and respect your profession, especially on the agent side, because I find agents conducted themselves in a certain way and kind of lost respect because of the way that they conducted themselves. This is putting you in place, but then at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have absolutely no rights. It doesn't mean that people have every right to just now treat you however they see fit.
Yeah.
I mean, the common law rules still apply in each and every single one of the transactions that will actually take place. Mutual respect still applies. So if the law comes and says that you're bound to actually do certain things, therefore you are also due respect for actually having followed that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at an attorney, no one just wakes up and decides to be an attorney. You have to go through processes for you to actually get there.
Yeah.
Look at a doctor. A doctor gets there's regulations around medicine. So it was high time that it actually comes to the property sphere, so that more respect comes into the property.
Yeah. I think what I like more about this act is like it makes sure that whoever wants to join the property industry goes for training, gets a qualification.
Exactly.
Like any other
So
profession.
more respect.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
More
like,
respect.
like
more
any other
respect.
profession. So you don't just, I mean, like before people could just wake up and be an agent, wake up and be a bond originator. So these days, like there are acts, there are laws, there are rules to follow. There's training, there is ongoing training that is required by the act. Like you need to do it according to the act. You need to do ongoing training. You need to be qualified. So, I mean, like this is it's good news. I mean, I've seen on Facebook like a few agents, not a whole lot, but some agents are complaining like, yeah, no, now there is this, now this. Because I think what makes people more worried is, as an agent, you need to tell your buyer that the pool pump is not working. There's a leak on the roof. The gate motor is not working. And there's a crack. Like you need to disclose those kind of things.
But honesty is the best policy. Look, I mean,
Yeah.
there is an African saying that goes to the effect that if you can never hide something with horns in a bag, the horns will inevitably stick out. That is like at some point that person is going to find out.
Yeah.
And it just basic humanity says just be honest, because if you lie you're going to have to remember.
It's true.
So like you're just making your life that much harder. Just
Yeah.
tell the truth. It's either they buy or they don't buy. Because in fact, people will respect you for having told the
For
truth.
being honest with them.
And that's where the longevity in your business lies. Constant honesty.
Yeah.
Because if you lie, one person, you don't know who you're lying to first and foremost, because you're trying to get a sale. Secondly, that person can actually ruin your career just over one sale. I mean,
Yeah.
how many more in the future have you ruined just for yourself?
True that.
So, I mean, I think it's just encouraging more honesty, and I think it's also giving more respect in the sense that they're actually creating a career out of the property practice,
Yeah.
inclusive of agents. Because if you look at how people usually become agents, it's just like you've tried all these other avenues, now you've just landed on selling houses. Guys, I mean, let's look. In all honesty, let's think about it.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
Look, go to a school where they have career day. I've never, not once, had a child say, "I want to be a real estate agent." But
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
What is it that actually lacks within the profession that hasn't been marketed well enough to give real estate agents the respect that they need?
I mean, and that's where the money is actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then it's because it wasn't regulated properly. That's why then it lost the respect that it needed. So this is giving it a stature. It's giving it.
Yeah, it was never seen as a profession
giving it
because
foundation.
how do you call it a profession if you didn't qualify for it? So, I mean, now agents are going to be qualified, respectable, honest, and I think people are going to get better service as well, because
Absolutely.
if you're doing the wrong thing, you're going to get caught and you'll be thrown out of the bus. And yeah, so we are excited to talk about this new act next week. And hopefully, guys, you'll tune in, you'll send us questions. If you want to buy a property, that next week is your show. If you want to sell a property, next week is your show as well. So if you're a bond originator, please tune in as well. There is so much to learn. There is a few things that you can come out with.
You wake up every morning and you deal with a fixed asset.
Aha.
It touches you.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it touches our good old friends, the managing agents.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I feel like they
yes.
kind of operated on a, we're there, but then I mean,
Shady.
We kind of maybe shady is not necessarily the word, but then they got away with a lot.
Yeah.
But then now this is making them more accountable, because I mean, wow, there's there's the rotten apples within the
Within
whole
the
crack,
bag, yeah.
yes. I think we're also getting rid of those rotten apples as far as the managing agent sphere is concerned, because I find people get bullied because of the whole levy story and all of that,
Yeah.
and to a degree they felt like powerless. And I mean, we've spoken about this even when we spoke to the managing agents and all of that. People's rights were infringed on because the managing agent says.
Yeah.
And we see it again and again, and even us within this in this industry, we're not quite sure how to help those who have problems with the managing agent.
Yeah.
So I'm actually quite interested in seeing how, or rather, the effect that this act has on the managing agents, especially because I mean, with the security story, a lot of people are moving into
Sectional
sectional
titles.
title,
Yeah.
but then now there's this big bad wolf, which is called the managing agent,
Yeah.
that comes and tells you what to do. I'd like to see how
It'll
they're
be-
held accountable.
It'll
on
be
this.
very interesting. And this act comes into practice on the 1st of February. So there isn't much time remaining for people to
11
get to
days.
familiarize themselves with the act.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in a week or so, in less than 10 days,
Mm-hmm.
we are looking into getting into a new era as a property industry, and we're looking forward to that. As agents who are honest, so. Oh yeah, here is Gabaza. Gabaza, last week you really had fun with your sisters. So
Did you enjoy?
yeah. So we actually would like to know what is the truth about today that matters.
Today.
Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
how are
How are
you?
you?
Good on you.
Good.
I'm fine. Today we're going to talk about whether you truly attract who you are. Is everyone around you just you in a different way?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Make an example.
Well, okay, this might get me in trouble, but yeah.
Oh, we love
But look, my husband and I are different, but similar in a way. He does things his own way, and I do things. But there's other things that we do that I think, wow, okay, that is actually me. But I don't necessarily tell him that.
Yes. So
You
you
know,
kind of
so
see
I kind of
yourself
I kind of see, and the things that he says sometimes is like, that sounded like me there, but I do not. I hope you're not listening.
Of course you're not going to say.
I'm not gonna say that, but yeah,
Yes, Bridget, like you just put yourself in a bit of a position there, because I mean, we've got podcasts.
Exactly.
So should he land on this podcast?
Yeah.
Look, that was real. I think it's a hard thing to come to terms with. That a lot of the times,
Yeah.
that's what the theory says, right? That what you don't like in others is
Yeah.
what you, on a subconscious level, don't like about yourself. What you judge about others
Mm-hmm.
is what you
It's
judge
what
about
yourself, yeah.
So we're just exploring that today.
Oh.
Is it? I think there's a gentleman called. He passed away unfortunately, but his name is Wayne Dyer. He's got this. It's very good to start the day off with, because it humbles you to a degree in how you actually decide to look at the day. It's called 101 ways to look at your 101 ways to transform your life.
Okay.
So it says, I remember one of the affirmations is, I am what I am. As long as whatever you are is not hurting other people, then you've got every right to be that. And one of them was that look into what it is about other people that actually irritates you about them.
And then look inside.
And then those are really just things that are within you that are coming out and
Yeah.
imposed on other people. Like
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't be who you are and not hurt other people. It's not possible.
It's not possible at all, hey.
So that's another conundrum. We can talk about that
Yeah,
another time.
because not everybody's gonna like you the way you are. You gotta deal with the other things as well.
But isn't it more on like, if whether somebody else likes you or not? Okay, we need to delve into that. Some people just don't like your smile.
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine
what
not
can-
liking my smile? Like, what's wrong with you?
but there's guys, ladies. I mean, we're all ladies here.
Yeah.
There's moments, and this is mostly common in women, where a woman walks in and is like, "Phew, the way I jelanga corner,"
Yeah.
but she just walked in and didn't say a single
but-
thing.
Don't even get me started on the conversation about women. not today.
Yeah, no. We'll be listening to what the truth matters about. What do you attract people who are
Who are you?
who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I want to use a particular lens. We're going to be using the lens of attachment theory. And it's my new obsession, so you're not going to hear the end of it. Yeah, please listen in and send me a voice note or a text and let me know what you
Definitely, we will do that.
Thank you,
We'll do that. I think, Zen, you and I are out of here.
Yes.
We are coming back next week with that Property Practitioners
Bill.
Act for our listeners, because things are changing in the property industry. So we're looking forward to next week's show, and we'll leave you with Gabaza, guys. Please remember the show was brought to you by Veza Properties.